What is going on, guys? My name is Tubby, and welcome to the WrestleMania 33 prediction video for myself for the ultimate thrill ride. The ultimate thrill ride. The ultimate thrill ride. So at WrestleMania 33 in Orlando, Florida, at the Camping Life Stadium, which I made a big mistake when I built my WrestleMania arena in Minecraft. I didn't even bother finishing because of that. We have, 12 or 13 matches on the card. Let's go down really fast and give my predictions for who I think is going to win each and every single one of them. Neville taking on Austin Aries. Probably one of the better builds, and it seems really simple, but Austin Aries was hurt with his orbital bone, would be sidelined, and would be on the commentary table. And one of the best things about Austin Aries is he was very good on the commentary table, and I would love to see him keep doing that more often. The build was very serious, and for the most part, was pretty rad. Up until the very last part where he was dancing with a New Day, which I lost a little bit of touch. But I'm going to say this. Neville is probably going to win, but I want A-Double to win. Here's why. Austin Aries, I think, is the one guy on the card from other promotions or TNA that I think is actually in a good spot. Because right now, Samoa Joe's not on the card. You have AJ Styles taking on Shane McMahon, which we'll talk about later in the video. But Austin Aries, he's got some stuff behind him. He's one of the best charismatic and technical wrestlers WWE has right now. Neville as well is awesome, and Neville really hasn't had a chance to shine, and Austin Aries is going to help bring that out. And I definitely hope this is the one feud I would love to see carry on post-WrestleMania and into the next pay-per-view. I'm going to say that Austin Aries is going to come up short. Neville's going to win, so Neville gets that bump, especially after the UK tournament, being there in person and everything, kind of being Triple H's guy. But I want Austin Aries to win. Austin Aries, it's kind of twofold. I'm kind of being like Skip Bayless here, telling one thing and wanting another thing to happen, covering both bases. But I definitely think Austin Aries should win. But I have a feeling somehow Neville's going to pull out the victory so they go a little bit longer. And eventually Austin Aries would capture the title. Then you have the André the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. And I'm going to say it as clearly as I can. Sami Zayn is going to win by eliminating Braun Strowman. Sami Zayn was kept down all year long. Sami Zayn was given the blue balls comments. And Sami Zayn was be made to feel inferior just like Daniel Bryan was years ago. The difference here is Sami Zayn didn't get a match on the WrestleMania card, which I was super disappointed about, and they threw him in the Battle Royale. Now, Braun Strowman was his kryptonite. If you have Superman, he has his kryptonite. For Sami Zayn, it was Braun. He finally will be able to take down Braun Strowman and eliminate him last in the André the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, and whether or not that does anything for him, I have no idea. Now, possible swerves could be Dolph Ziggler from SmackDown in a heel fashion. Maybe he's about to win, he eliminates Sami Zayn and gets a huge heel heat. I don't know. But I think that's why I think it should go. But to be fair, Braun Strowman should have had a match on the card as well. And if Braun wins, I'm not going to get too upset. But I think in my logical building, I would have Sami Zayn win by eliminating Braun Strowman last. And then you have the six-pack challenge for the women's title for SmackDown Live. And to be honest with you here, they said any woman can compete, so whether or not it remains only a six-pack challenge, we don't know. Right now we have Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Mickie James, Carmella, Naomi. And Naomi came back, which is a huge pop. And like I said before, Naomi having to force to give up the title, even though she was back within 30 days. She had more people behind her the night she had to give up the title, saying she was going to work back for it, the glow, everything about it. She got over with the personality and the character. So for her to win back the title on WrestleMania would be huge. Huge. I would love to see that. I'm still going to throw out a wild card here. I'm going to say Eva Marie comes back and wins the title at WrestleMania. It's a wild card prediction. This is as wild as you can get. I highly doubt it'll happen. You can come back and tell me how wrong I am. But I'm going to say Eva Marie gets the W. Then let's talk about Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin. Actually, I've kind of liked it, other than the fact that Baron Corbin says, I don't come out when somebody calls my name. I'm still waiting for him to finally come out when somebody calls his name. But here's a situation where Baron, again, the last time Baron had a great match was against Austin Aries in NXT. And what I mean by having a great match was he did what I've always wanted him to do. He crapped on the crowd. He played like a heel. He actually verbalized. There was more personality in the match, and that's what I'd love to see here. Dean Ambrose, the fan favorite, I would like to see him just taunting the crowd. Just beating the hell out of Dean Ambrose, looking at the crowd like, yeah, you like that? Stuff like that, like just trying to get under their skin. And I'm actually going to say, I'm going to go out on a limb here. And I am going to say that Baron Corbin wins. Now, yes, we pretty much know Dean Ambrose is going to win, but I'm going to say Baron Corbin wins for a simple reason. He had a lot put into him. He was the André the Giant Memorial Battle Royale winner. And Baron Corbin, to me, is definitely a guy that has a lot of potential. I said he was kind of like Braun Strowman's, SmackDown's answer to Braun Strowman. He was Raw's answer to Braun Strowman over on SmackDown Live. He was put in matches with AJ Styles, John Cena's to be elevating him. He was the one who eliminated him in the Royal Rumble. So I definitely think Baron Corbin's got a shot here. But I also think it's a way to bring out something in Dean Ambrose. Try to bring out the thing that just wasn't happening with Dean Ambrose that a lot of people were wanting from. Like the Attitude Era stuff from the Stone Cold Era podcast. And I think Baron can help bring some of that out. So in the Raw Tag Team Championships, you have Luke and Karl Anderson. You have Sheamus and Cesaro. Possibly the Hardys. We're not going to say that just yet. And then Enzo and Big Cass. Enzo and Big Cass, since going back to SummerSlam, could have been headed to big things. They were kind of held down. They were distracted a lot of the year. And finally, when push comes to shove, people that WWE has a huge investment in are in the Raw Tag Team Champion ladder match. Now, Luke and Karl feel disrespected because even after they won the titles, all the focus was on the number one contenders, which that is legitimate beef. Now, they could have had a one-on-one match instead it was a triple threat because of the fact that they attacked, but when you're the champions and they're putting more emphasis on your opponents, you're like, what the no. And they come out there and they make a big deal. They attack them. So I think here's what I want to see happen. I want to see Luke and Karl lose the titles because in the very end, I want Luke and Karl, Finn, AJ, whoever it is, the club to come out and just annihilate Brock and Goldberg to set the stage for Finn's return to the WWE. Like, have an actual club to set the world on fire. The lights go out. There's the club, AJ Styles or Finn Balor in the middle of the ring coming back to claim his title. Finn Balor in the middle of the ring looking up. And then we have Finn versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Just saying. I would not be opposed to that whatsoever. But here, I'm going to say that Enzo and Big Cass get the victory. I think the pop will be absolutely huge. Sheamus and Cesaro, I said when they first formed, I loved them as a tag team. But I think it's time for Enzo and Big Cass to get the victory. I would not be opposed to a heel Luke and Karl winning the match and then eventually having something with Finn happen. Just have the club get all the gold. Then we have the mixed tag between John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Miz and Maurice, which is actually probably one of the best builds, the best promo feuds, one of the best, the ones I'm actually kind of the most excited for because there's a lot of speculation. Will John Cena propose to Nikki Bella? Will Nikki Bella propose to John Cena? Will John Cena leave her? Like the final heel turn, John Cena finally wins the match. He's celebrating with Nikki. Nikki gets down to propose and she says no. Or maybe he gets down to propose and she says no because he wouldn't commit. And she leaves him heel. There's a lot of different ways they could go, but what a crazy way to get a heel John Cena, huh? The heartbreak of proposing in the middle of the ring. The woman that said this whole time she's the one that wanted marriage, and she says no. That'd be quite the honestly, that'd be quite the twist and quite the heel turn. I'm actually gonna say here that I want Miz to win. But I think John and Nikki will win. I think that Miz has really kind of carried this feud, but John Cena's last rebuttal on the last SmackDown, that's the John Cena I know and love, man. When he doesn't give a shit and he's just going out there and just speaking from the heart, not the never give up stuff, just being John Cena. It proved that John Cena still got a lot more to do, even though he's possibly going away to film movies. He's going to be gone for a while, just like the Miz was when he said in his promo. I'm going to say that Miz and Maurice pick up the victory here in some way, shape, or form. John Cena's reeling, although I think we all know John Cena and Maurice are probably going to win. Did I just try to intermingle them? We pretty much already know that John Cena and Nikki Bella are going to win. But if Miz and Maurice steal it out, that'd be too sweet. Then you had Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Now, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, although Fozzy is going on tour, so some people are automatically speculating KO is going to drop the belt. Some people are saying, wow, going from the Universal title to the United States Championship, that's really crappy. Roman Reigns did it. Roman Reigns is a former 3-time champion. I'm just saying. Here, Chris Jericho on Instagram posted a photo of his sprained ankle saying, yeah, I can't compete. Obviously, it is April Fool's Day, so that could be just a huge red herring, kind of mess with people. I'm going to say something really crazy here. I'm going to say Chris Jericho wins. Like when Chris Jericho beat AJ Styles last year, it brought a fire out of AJ Styles. We saw a different AJ Styles who took things a lot more seriously, who eventually went on to beat John Cena at SummerSlam. And I'm going to say KO he's in like this disarray. He just got his title taken away from him, from his best friend, the guy he thought he was his best friend. He attacked him proactively to try to protect what he had because he put him in a match he wasn't comfortable being in. And he's reeling. He's in the state of a character that he doesn't know necessarily what he wants. He was the prize fighter. He lost possession of that. And then eventually, I think, losing to him and being that prize fighter again, going to that place that KO just doesn't give a shit anymore. KO just beats the hell out of everybody. Is best for business. So I'm going to say Chris Jericho wins. Then let's talk the women's fatal four-way for the women's championship on Monday Night Raw. Here's the thing. I want Bayley to win as a heel. And what I mean by that is I would love if this whole time, because Nia Jax went after Sasha repeatedly, right? Bayley was held down. Bayley missed WrestleMania the year that they were all in there. The Women's Revolution started with Bayley still down in NXT. Bayley deep down, she's the hugger. She's the family favorite. She's the girlhood dream of Shawn Michaels. She's everything you would want in a John Cena female version. She's great. She's got Izzy. But imagine, Sasha and Charlotte are holding the spotlight all year, so she devises this plan. And she's working with Nia Jax because every time Nia Jax would get tagged in, Bayley would eventually tag out. They really wouldn't be in the ring very often, although she would kind of take a beating for it. Is a long-term old 80s, 90s storyline where it just comes to be a huge swerve. But it would be rad if Nia Jax was working with Bayley. Just imagine after she wins, she walks over to Izzy and she'd be in on it, but she just like looks her in the face and hug that. Because that was her heel turn. We talked about this with JB and 20 Pizza Guy. That could be her slogan. Hug that. Now, I'm pretty sure they're not going to turn heel. The other way to go is obviously, as Sasha Banks is about to win, Bayley could throw her out of the ring, or Bayley could hit a Bayley to belly on her, and then we could have Sasha versus Bayley going forward, like I've said, and you could eventually have Dana versus Charlotte or Nia Jax, something like that, and allow two people to pivot away and still get Bayley versus Sasha because there's so much history to build upon. But my long-term, my crazy fantasy booking here is Nia Jax and Bayley were working together the whole time. And her losing, her facing her, was to get her into the match for her own protection. I'm just going to throw that out there. Then let's talk Shane versus AJ Styles. Well, that's a nice set you got there, WWE. It'd be a shame if somebody jumped off of it. Shane McMahon. I'm actually going to say this, because this is my fantasy booking for AJ Styles and Shane McMahon. AJ Styles finally overcomes the guy that pretty much, like, I don't want to say held him down, because he kind of filled him up, right? AJ Styles went off to James Ellsworth. He lost focus. He eventually lost the title to John Cena, like I said he would. When it come time to Mania, the corporate interest, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton got pushed to the top. AJ Styles got thrown down the card. He was facing Shane McMahon. But a huge plot twist here would be AJ Styles beats Shane McMahon some way, shape, or form in a great match, right? Everybody's talking about it. So on Tuesday, AJ Styles shows up and AJ's like, I want my title match. And Bryan's like, you got it. Tonight, you versus Randy or Bray, whoever's champion. But Shane's not at the building yet. Shane, just like he was last year with Raw, he's hurt, he's battered, he's bruised. He shows up right as the entrance is happening for the main event, and he goes, whoa, 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 whoa. AJ Styles, you're right, you do have a championship rematch, but unfortunately, to get that rematch, you have to be a member of the SmackDown roster, and you've been traded. He can't let it go, the fact that he lost. So he trades away AJ Styles for this man. Now, I'm not going to predict who that man's going to be, but that's my fantasy booking. That's what I would love to see. And to get that to happen, AJ Styles has got to win. But if he loses at the same time, he could get aggressive and we could see something else. This is 2 years in a row. First he lost to Chris Jericho, then Shane McMahon. What the hell is AJ going to do? Now, if AJ loses and then shows up in the main event with a club, I'm just saying, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Then you have Seth Rollins versus Triple H in a non-sanctioned match. Now, I've talked about a lot of different ways this could go down, whether Samoa Joe could pre-attack Seth Rollins, because we all know Triple H is going to have this huge entrance, right? So Seth Rollins comes out first. Seth Rollins is hobbling out there. He's ready to go. Samoa Joe just comes out and beats the hell out of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is laying dead in the middle of the ring. He's got him in the Coquina clutch. He's passed out. And then Triple H makes his grand 3 to 4 minute entrance. He's coming in. He goes to get on top of him for the 1, 2, 3, but Seth Rollins kicks out. The face Seth Rollins, the one they wanted to be a face last year, kicks out. Triple H can't believe it. He set the rules to this match. He's the one that created the hold harmless agreement. He's the one that put Seth Rollins in this position. He is the creator, but then he gets stopped. His plan to have Samoa Joe attack him in this fervent state that Triple H is in, he doesn't know how to react, and Seth Rollins is able to capitalize, and ultimately Seth Rollins could beat him. And then Triple H is to Samoa Joe. Samoa, he blames it on him. I didn't lose. How could you, Samoa Joe, in a non-sanctioned fight, how could you not keep Seth Rollins down for me? That's what I want to see happen. Seth Rollins overcomes it, but Samoa Joe couldn't have it. Samoa Joe just couldn't finish off Seth Rollins for him. and you could eventually get more of Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins. Just saying. Then you have The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. Straight up, Roman Reigns should win this match. I know it's going to piss off a lot of people. I know that it's really, unless Undertaker could go on to face John Cena next year or Sting next year, I want Roman Reigns to win this match. And I know a lot of people are going to get pissed about this. A lot of people are going to hate it. I think there's a lot of reason for The Undertaker to win here. And it's probably going to get a lot of people pissed off. But straight up, I want Roman Reigns to win. I want it to be something completely unexpected because there's a lot of people that are legitimately saying, like, I think Roman Reigns might actually win. And a lot of people are getting nervous. And that's the best thing about a story is when there's unpredictability and you don't know which way they're going to go. Then you have Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. One of the best builds all year. It's gone back to when Kane was involved. This is going back to Randy Orton's promo about being the Viper and waiting for your opportunity to strike. He gets in close with the Wyatt family. He inserts himself. He's destroying the Wyatt family. Or is he trying to make Bray Wyatt more powerful? Bray Wyatt's been distracted by his Wyatt family. Bray Wyatt has not been on the path to success because he surrounded himself with people he thinks he needs. Kind of the opposite of evolution. Randy Orton, when Triple H said in the interview that Randy's got all the tools to be a huge success, he can even do even more in this business. It feels like he's talking him up to talk Bray up pseudo. It sounds like he's trying to use Randy Orton to make Bray Wyatt be what he should be. He's trying to get under his skin. He's trying to do everything he can. The last thing where he puts that stake into Bray Wyatt, Sister Abigail, the hollow territory is weird. But when you think about it, why would he do it? What is he there for? And honestly here, I think Randy Orton could win. To allow Bray to, he's reeling. He just had his WrestleMania moment taken away. And ultimately, Bray Wyatt captures the title back, carries it for a while. That's going to sound really dumb or stupid, but I think this is a favor getting paid back for best friends, Triple H and Randy Orton. I think this is years in the making. Taking the loss from Brock Lesnar. The two guys at SummerSlam that faced off are going to leave as champions. Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton. Brock took out Randy Orton. It's the inferior show. You have the guy that KO'd, the guy that got KO'd. Just saying. Although if Bray wins, and I want Bray to win, I think this would add more to him. And last but not least, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. Now, I know what you're saying, man. It's going to be short. It's going to suck. There's no way they can go. He's gassed. How can it possibly go 10 minutes? And there's a lot of people really, we have to wait and see. We don't know what kind of match they're going to do. There's a lot of people speculating that after the match is over, Triple H or Vince is going to come out and make another match, and there's going to be another match to finish up the show. Maybe Finn Balor comes back and gets his rightful opportunity. Maybe the club shows up like I predicted. There's a lot of different things that can happen, but here's what I'm going to say. You heard it here first. Goldberg is going to win. Now, I know I'm completely 100% wrong here. I'm just being Skip Bayless on Twitter to cover my bases. I think we pretty much know that Brock is going to win, but I'm going to say Goldberg wins. I don't know how. I don't care why. But I'm going to say Goldberg picks up the W. So that'll do it for all my predictions for WrestleMania 33. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen in the comment section below. And until next time, it's your boy Tubby Emo, and we will see you all later.